Yo, what's good, Kane fans, man? It's your boy Wise, man. About to go ahead and get into this UNC Miami preview. This Saturday, kickoffs at 12. Um, I want to shout out Reek Swag. Salute to you, bro. Shout out Alonzo 1219, the U family. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Shout out all about the U83. Shout out Rick Era. Shout out Mark Rogers TV. They usually have a lot of good points and analysis on that channel as well. Um, that's pretty much it for the shout outs. I just want to say, man, I definitely watch, all of those previews, reviews, blogs, and things like that. And we all you family, man, just here, you know what I'm saying, and talk about what we love, which is the Canes, not, trying to make any monetary gains off anything dealing with the Canes, man. Just discussing things as family should. Appreciate all the subscribers. I try to get to all of the comments as much as I can. I like the interaction, man, because I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. These are just my viewpoints. And I'm always down, to discuss Canes football, man, because I love it, real passion for it. Um, so we gonna get into it. I usually um, I go over the stats and stuff like that, but I do want y'all to understand, what I do preparation wise for the people that actually, have subscribed and watch me. So what I usually do is I watch our game tapes at least 2 or 3 times, sometimes 4 times. And I do mean the whole game. I go back and watch the whole game 2, 3, sometimes 4 times. And then, I make my notes, I make my pointers, but then I also go and I watch the extended highlights of every team that we play. Sometimes I might catch a live game and just run the whole thing on YouTube. But, I at least watch the extended highlights because, I mean, you can look at the stats and all of that, but if you really don't, like, look at these 15, 30-minute highlights of these teams, like, you don't really know what dudes can do necessarily off of the stats if you're not, following that team necessarily. So I do, try to do enough diligent research to, for when I do these videos to make educated picks and, actual, perspectives on the game instead of just looking at stats, and thinking you can figure out a matchup. But anyway, so we averaging 33 points a game right now. I'm gonna just go ahead and say flat out, North Carolina has competed in every single game this year except for last week when they got blown out by Virginia Tech. Now, in their defense only gave up 17 points pretty much up until like part of the third quarter. Their special teams is trash. They allowed a 91-yard return, but they also allowed Old Dominion to run a kickoff back on them earlier in the year. We'll get into that later. And they had them 2 turnovers on offense that turned into touchdowns, man. So, other than that, they competed. They competed against Notre Dame. They've had a lot of other close games, so I don't want people to think that just because they 1-7, these dudes not gonna compete. On the other side, I expect us to beat they fucking ass. I'm like, we need style points. As much as we haven't, really wanted to talk about it. I know some of the fans are like, okay, yeah, we playing for the ACC championship. We are. We're trying to get to Charlotte, but at the same time, you got to just be realistic. We're number 8, undefeated right now, and the playoff is in Mark Rick's head. It's this time, like Tuesday or something, the first playoff, rankings come out or whatever, and we need style points. So I say we beat these dudes by 5 touchdowns. Um, we need a dominant game. I think Malik is gonna come out and play his ass off again. He played a very good game last week. Armand and Barrios and Travis Homer and Langham, You know what I'm saying? Them boys kind of left him out to dry with all them drops. We had like 8 or 10 drops. But I think Malik comes out again on fire, and just plays his game. And I think that dude's comfortable now. He's still going to have some inconsistencies. But, overall, I think he'll play a dominant game. I expect Homer to have a $150 at least. Richards might have 200 receiving yards, you know what I'm saying, after them drops last week. I just think we're going to dominate these dudes, man. And they're giving up like 35 points a game, first of all. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That is a lot of points per game. They're giving up like 461 yards a game. That is a lot. So I think we're going to pile it on these dudes. You know what I'm saying? We doing like 288 passing, 186 rushing. Our rushing numbers are inflated to me. Them first 2 games, it was off the charts. I really think we're averaging about 125, 130 since then. And, in all honesty, but I expect Homer to have a good game. I expect to see them play Gray. I think a lot of the freshmen going to play even more, like, for example, DJ Dallas. I think he's going to get some carries. I think Burns is. Obviously, they need to keep incorporating Jeff Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mike Harley obviously going to get his burn. The boys play every week. But I think a lot of younger guys going to play on offensive and defensive side of the ball, because I do think that by the halftime, the game will be over. And early third quarter, maybe mid third quarter, I think we're going to pull all our key starters on offense and just let the young guys get in there. As far as what I expect us to do on defense, 10 points. 10 points. That's it. 14 points max if it's the backups in there, but 10 points. They've allowed 21 sacks so far this year, and we pretty much averaging over 3 a game. I expect us to eat. Virginia Tech sacked them boys 6 times last week, so I think we get them at least 6 times. They've thrown 11 picks on the year. Most of them come from the other quarterback, because they have the freshman Chaz Surratt in there. He's been inconsistent. He's shown some good stuff, honestly. He has some inconsistencies, but, we just got to make sure we stop their run game. I'm not even worried about the pass game like that. Like, Ratliff Williams is an athletic receiver. He can really make plays. But it's the run game, man. They got 2 guys, I think, about 300 yards. Another guy about 2 something. But it's really the run game. The freshman they got, what's his name? Michael Carter. Excuse me. He's averaging 6 yards a carry. And y'all know we giving up what, like some crazy shit on the ground. Hold on, I don't want to tell y'all a lie. We giving up 180 rushing yards a game. We gotta hold up the run this week. Like I said, he's averaging 6 yards a carry. He got 400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Michael Carter, and they backup is averaging basically like 4.5 yards a carry. He has almost 400 yards. Surratt can run. He has a 56-yard touchdown run this year. They run some option and stuff. So we just got to make sure, we show up to play. Like I said, man, I just think we dominant on the defensive side of the ball. I think the secondary to improve themselves. I don't think it was just a fluke, not because we shut them down, but it was how it happened. Michael Jackson's in a zone. That dude's in a fucking zone right now. Like, the first pick, cool. It was face to play, whatever. He made the play on the ball. He was in zone. That second pick he caught, that was man-to-man coverage, bump and run, stride for stride with the receiver. As soon as he turned his head, I turned my head, boom, pick. That is technique. Nothing about that is luck. You know what I'm saying? So I really think these boys, really out here, they ready, to show out. You know what I'm saying? So I expect a dominant game, like I said. Yeah, man, I expect us to whoop ass. Straight up. 5 touchdowns. I think Barrios gets back involved. I think Herndon's involved. Probably not as much, but I definitely think Jeff Thomas gonna crib a kickoff on these boys, or Barrios gonna run a punt back. It's one or the other. We gotta get one. You know what I'm saying? They terrible. You know what I'm saying? I saw two special teams touchdowns, and I saw some other big runs. Another thing about their defense, they have given up the most big plays in college football. I think they have like the highest number of plays over 60 yards that they've given up. So they're prone to the big play. We got too much speed, man. Let's blow these dudes out the fucking water. Let's not play with them. We got to go in there and dominate for fourth quarters. And Demetrius Jackson was like, they remember, you know what I'm saying, when them boys disrespected them last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it carried over from 2015, but the last year, like, he was like, yeah, like, them boys really disrespected us. So he was like, the coaches ain't even have to say nothing like, oh, they 1-7. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we really trying to go in there and fuck these boys up because they was on some disrespectful shit. So it's personal for some of these guys. And I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Going in a game, the team 1-7, and they we about to beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? And not because they're not good, but because we've been waiting to play them since they disrespected us. And I think that's key. Um, as far as what they can do on offense, man, like I said, Surratt, he can throw. He's made a couple of bad decisions. But we just shut down a run game and we'll be fine. On defense, you know what I'm saying? They got some athletes and stuff like that on defense. I think they leading tackler got like 75 tackles, I think. So he be all over the place. We should handle business though, man. Donaldson's back. D. Delaney's the only person on the injury report, and he's listed as probable. So the O-line should be back to full strength, man. Hopefully we can, you know, fire off on motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, and take it to them. Yeah, man, I'm expecting a dominating game. Like I said, I don't see us losing this game in any way, shape, or form. I do understand that anything can happen, but like we need to beat these dudes' ass, and whatever game plan we got for Virginia Tech, we need to be implementing it against North Carolina. Like whatever we're planning on doing, we need to be setting up the pieces, you know what I'm saying, to make sure everybody's comfortable with it, for the Virginia Tech game. You don't want to look ahead, but let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like college football playoffs right there. I know Mark Richt them thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I know they trying to keep everything on schedule with the ACC, which is true, but we right there. Um and we just got to be prepared for Tech, and we got to be prepared for Notre Dame. That's not to overlook UNC. UNC is pretty much, I think we should use it, as a scrimmage. And I don't mean a scrimmage like don't take it to them, but like, a live action situation in which we can, implement some of the stuff we planning on doing. Um, it might be a little colder than some of the players may like it because the game is at 12. But let's get on this recruiting thing real quick, man. I figured I pretty much covered all I need to cover about the game. So I just saw college football live today, and so Florida is thinking about firing their head coach. Apparently, they didn't say that, but they're not really happy with what's going on because he was winning early in the season. Now he done lost a couple of games and stuff. That's not good, y'all, because I wanted him to stay there for at least like 1 or 2 more years so we can continue to get some of these recruits that might go to Florida because they know, you know what I'm saying, like the real Florida fans, like Reek and Swag said, they know he's trash. Like they want bro out of there, and now they finna kind of fuck up what's going on. But for the guys in this class, like Thornton, if Florida's coach gets fired, you know what I'm saying? It's some of them guys that we've been going after that's probably just going to go ahead and sign. And they probably just going to jump ship on UF because you don't really know who the coach is. That's not the coach that recruited you type of deal and all of that. As far as Florida State, fuck them. Uh, the more they continue to lose, the higher probability we have to flip some of their recruits. Joyner, I was reading on Inside the U is a good possibility. We might be able to flip him, which I'm looking forward to it. But as long as they keep losing, man, we got a better chance of flipping their recruits. I'm all for it. But one thing I think that's really gonna help Rick them, and we're not gonna get too deep into recruiting, but is seeing certain guys play. Like you got Bandy, Thomas, Harley that's out there playing, Donaldson, Corey Gaynor. You know what I'm saying? Like you got guys like that that's getting like real burn. Derek Smith played a lot of minutes last game. He's gonna play more as of now. Amari Carter got a lot of burn. You know what I'm saying? Garvin, obviously has been in there. DJ Johnson's gotten in. So when guys see that you have freshmen that are getting significant minutes because they are the best players in a sense, like especially with guys like Bandy, Thomas, Harley, like the talent puts you on the field. So I think that's something really encouraging because what Mark Rick and Manny Diaz them selling is look, we gonna play lots of guys. And just because we have seniors and stuff like that and juniors don't mean they gonna play all of the snaps. We have a system and we're gonna rotate players as needed, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna be big with them seeing the playing time. There's one thing for, they make promises to these kids, 25 plays, 20 plays a game. But when you can see it in action, it's a different thing, man. So I definitely think, that'll help with the recruiting and everything. And you know what I'm saying? Another quick point, man. I was watching like some of the interviews and stuff like that. And it's specifically about the secondary, man. So I watched a Mike Rump interview and he was like that. He said Bandy reminded him of an old school UM player. You know what I'm saying? Like the Sean Taylors and type of dudes like that. And he wasn't comparing him to Sean Taylor. He was just saying he an old school UM cat. Like he the type of dude that he want to be all over the field and he gonna make a play wherever he at. And he was like, that's what, I've been coaching him with. Like, look, just do your job. You know what I'm saying? And, as, he matures and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they'll give him, like more, ability to do different stuff, man. But like, he talked about Javante Dean too. He said Javante Dean was a diamond. He was like, he's 6'2", long and lanky, like I was. He was like, and he's probably the second or third fastest player on the team behind Jeff Thomas and Armand. Um, but he was just, talking about the progression. He said he really he said Dean has practiced well past couple of weeks. He's gotten some PT. He was like, he think he finna break through. Obviously Michael Jackson been balling out of his fucking mind. Malik Young doing his thing. Jaquan Johnson has been playing excellent. Red Wine has played solid, but injuries and stuff like that, man. But I think it's time we give the secondary due respect. We only giving up 188 passing yards a game, and I think a lot of the confusion with the secondary, and I'll touch on this real quick, is really because of Manny Diaz. So pretty much what Bandy and Michael Jackson said is whatever Diaz tries to do defensively, he's confusing. Like he tries to like do intricate shit. And Mike Rump have to break it down to the boys like, okay, all he really saying is we gonna play like this. And Bandy said that was one of the things that him and Michael Jackson said they loved about Mike Rump because he really played the game, so he understand it and put it in a different, form for them boys, to take it in and everything like that. Which which is key. Getting these young guys to understand everything, man. But we'll see how everything goes, man. I expect a big game from Malik, Armand, Jeff Thomas. Let's annihilate these dudes, man. We need the style points. What better time to get them than now? It's a lot of chances for us to move up this week because a lot of top teams playing each other. Upset weekend, baby. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is, man. Your boy Wise signing out. Appreciate you.